Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Phenomenal Leadership. I'm your friend, Bishop-elect Edlin Scott, and I'm really excited about the opportunity to come and share with you tonight. So I want you to go ahead, reach out to your friends, let them know that we are live with another session of Phenomenal Leadership. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Whether you're watching me from Facebook or the YouTube page, it is just absolutely good to have you in our company tonight for an absolutely beautiful broadcast. How to spot and seize an opportunity. Am I getting an opportunity? Is there an opportunity around me? How do I spot the opportunity? Remember the story about David? When David came to check on his brothers, when his father sent him to the battle to check on his brothers, there was an opportunity for weeks that has been presented to his brothers. None of them saw it. There was an opportunity being presented to all of the armies, even to the king, but nobody saw it. But David came there, and right off the bat, David spots the opportunity, and then David seizes the opportunity. And so I want you to hang with me tonight. We're going to talk about how to spot and how to seize an opportunity. Well, like I said, good evening. This is Phenomenal Leadership, and I'm your friend, Bishop-elect Edlin Scott. Really excited about the opportunity to share with you. As always, I'm really excited as always to share with you, because I believe that iron sharpen iron. I really believe that iron sharpen iron. And so I'm always excited about the opportunity to grow. I was in a business place, and I was telling the gentleman in the business place, when a leader stops growing, they should stop leading. When a leader stops growing, they should stop leading. When should you stop growing? After you're dead. After you're dead, then there's no need to grow after that. But a leader must create an environment for growth, and a leader themselves must be prepared to grow. And so I want to always involve myself in things that can help me grow. And so I'm really excited about the broadcast. Again, this is Phenomenal Leadership, and I am Bishop-elect Edlin Scott. I've been doing this now for a good couple of years. Really excited about it. Mega doors are being opened for us, and that we are prepared to go through these mega doors. Now, I'm going to be doing more than likely these Thursday sessions as an in-person service, because a door has been opened for me that I want to walk through. And so I don't want to do Thursday and Friday. I want to kind of see if I can pull it all into the Thursday session. So we're looking forward to the Thursday sessions kind of blowing up a little bigger, because I believe that this is the season that we're in. Remember when the year came and I told you that this is the season of enlargement, increase. And this increase is coming about as a result of the Lord. Continue to pray for me. I'm headed to India, Visakhapatnam, India, in the month of November, and really looking forward to it. I'm really excited about that. The month of June 30th is my birthday, but on June 29th and 30th, I'm preaching. I'm preaching the 28th, 29th, and the 30th. The 28th, I'm preaching at Voice of Deliverance, and then the revival moves to Cornerstone Church of God on Findleson Street in Nassau. I'm going to be preaching there for 2 nights in their camp meeting service. So I'm really looking forward to a good time in the Lord with the Saints, Pastor Roll, and the Saints there on Findleson Street. All right, let us jump right into tonight's teaching that I want to share with you. Join me on Saturday morning for Morning Glory Saturday, and then Sunday morning for Morning Glory Sunday. And then in the 10:30 a.m. service at Voice of Deliverance, we are honoring, we're appreciating one of the giants in the ministry, Bishop Calvert Curry, in the 10:30 a.m. service. We're showing him how much we love him and appreciate him. He has been a tower of strength for the past 35 years at Voice of Deliverance, and so we want to take this time out to show him how much we love him. So if your life has been touched by Bishop Calvert Curry's life, in fact, if your life has been touched by Apostle Wallace's life, more than likely, what that was made of, Bishop Calvert Curry would have had something in that. So a lot of times we just look at the cake and then we just appreciate the baker. But the baker didn't make the flour and everything else that goes into the cake. So when you see an organization or something going well, a team working well, it's because there's a lot of people that is in place that's making it happen. Hey, big shout out to you, Judy, there and in Florida. Good to have you joining us. So, how do you spot and seize an opportunity? You know, a lot of people are looking for change or looking for some stuff to happen, but they're not really looking for it to happen. In fact, they're looking for it to just drop in their lap and has every single thing in it, has to be ideal, everything has to be exactly what you're looking for. And they're not prepared to look anywhere except right in front of them. And so, how do you really want to see change in your life and not be able to spot an opportunity and seize it? See, because you could actually spot, you're driving on your car, you can see a sign in a window that says sale going on. And for the ladies, sale on shoes. For the men, sale on tools. All right? I see a sign in the window saying sale on tools. And I drive by that sign and know I need some tools and don't go in there and get it. Sometimes people can spot an opportunity, but they're not aggressive enough to seize the opportunity. So it doesn't make sense. You got to be able to spot it, Judy, and then you got to be able to seize it because they are available to you. One of the ways to spot and seize an opportunity is this. You got to be able to say yes a little more often. Be able to say yes a little more often. When it is easier and simpler to say no, if you are somebody that's looking for an opportunity, you have to be prepared to say yes a little more often. So in order to spot an opportunity and be able to seize the opportunity, you got to be open to a little more yes. A little more yes and not necessarily no. You know, for instance, someone asks you to share some words. Quick, the first thing comes to your mind is, I'm going to sound bad, I'm not going to do well, and you have a whole bunch of things that run around in, and you just shut it down and say no. We feel like we don't have time to do a whole lot of things. We don't have time for meetings. We don't have time for phone calls. We don't have time for listening. You know, I have found that I am learning so much more just by listening to people, allowing people to talk. As leaders, sometimes you take the tendency to feel like only me have something to say. Only me have something that is necessary and relevant. You know, if I don't value you, then I don't value what you have to say. I don't value what you have to share. And that's a very bad place to be in, where don't value people, and so you shut them down and you don't even want to hear them. Your position, where you position yourself in life, determines who you see and who see you. Where you position yourself in life determines who see you and who you see. Who see you can be a blessing and who you see can be a blessing. You can have a great gift. You can have an awesome gift. But if you display your gift in a place where only 5 people can see it, 5 persons are your audience. On the other hand, if you display your gift where 100,000 people can see it, then you are exposed to 100,000 people. When you look at a theater is set up where no matter where you are in that room, you are able to focus in on the stage. You are able to be focusing on the stage. And so, in life, you have to be prepared to position yourself where you can get the maximum amount of exposure. And so sometimes that exposure will come by going into another meeting, taking another phone call, attending another conference. All of this will give you the ability to spot and seize an opportunity. Because opportunities are out there. Opportunities are in front of us every day. But not that we can't have them. We just don't have time or feel like we don't have the time to say yes. And so being able to say yes more often is going to help you with that. Sometimes saying yes leads us to new ideas, better opportunities, and helpful people. When you say yes, it may lead you to new ideas. I was talking to someone coming home tonight from prayer meeting, and I was sharing an idea with them. So they said to me, no, just go ahead and do what you feel in your heart to do. And so I thought about it. I said, but if I do what I feel in my heart to do, I'm only going to get what's in my heart. But if I open myself up to what idea you can give me, I'll get a different perspective and I'll get more. And so the more you say yes, the more you say yes, you open yourself up to new ideas, even better opportunities, and even some more helpful people because they are out there. Helpful people are out there. But we say no so often, we don't even give ourselves the chance to meet other people that can offer some great things in our life. You don't have to say yes to everyone all the time, but you should try saying yes a little more often. And then let's see what happens. Because life is not necessarily random. Life is not predictable. Sometimes you can just run into things. You ever lost your way, and in losing and being not in the regular route that you go, you see some stores or some things that you didn't know always exist. You're on the highway. You always drive down the highway, so you don't really see what's going on the side road. But then today you had a detour and boom, oh, that was right there all the time. It's because you've just gone another way. And so sometimes you have to detour from your norm in order to find or see or be able to identify or seize an opportunity. So number one, be prepared to say yes a little more. By saying yes, you might connect with people and opportunities that could change every single thing about you. It can change every single thing about you. Because opportunities has a lot to do with who you meet. So, say a little more yes. The second thing that helps you to see an opportunity and helps you to seize the opportunity is think promotion and not prevention. Now, what that means? Think promotion and not prevention is this. Everybody's afraid of failure. Everybody is afraid of failure. So then they're afraid of taking a new risk. They are afraid of taking a new venture. They are afraid of going another way. When I started primary school, Mommy took us to school. She took us a route to school. And I said to my sister, well, I was the oldest, I said, let's go next way. Let's just go another way. Now, I think I was about 10, probably even younger than 10. Because I was going in grade 6 or grade 5, one of them. And then my sister was 2 years younger than I am. So I said to her, let's go a different way. And so, well, she was with her big brother. And so we went a different way to the school. Boy, and let me tell you something. We went a different way and we really didn't get lost. But I couldn't find the school. I thought by then I should have been seeing the school. But the problem was we were small and there was a hill. So behind the hill was the school. So looking up the hill, I couldn't see the school. So, oh Lord, I felt lost. And I said, Lord, I lost. Me and my sister, we are lost. But I wanted to go a different way. And so while we were trying to think, I was trying to think, Lord, what is the way out? And I never thought of going back the way we knew. But and then finally I saw someone wearing the same uniform of the school that I attend. So I followed those people. And sure enough, they took us right down to the school. But in the midst of that moment of dilemma, the risk, the benefit outweighed the risk. Because now I know another way to get to school. And in my opinion, this way was even shorter than the way Mommy took us. Mommy just took us a simpler road, but this way was a lot shorter. And so you got to think promotion and not prevention. See, prevention will cause you to stick to one route. But there are some benefits. There are more than a few things that can go wrong with anything that you decide to do. Anything that you decide to do, there is some things that can just go wrong. The only thing you can really control is you. You don't have much control over anybody else. So to say that a project is going to go well, if you got to involve other people, that's very risky. A lot of people don't start new ventures or don't do new things or don't step out in different areas is because they think to prevent failure is better than any other thing. But if you have that kind of mindset, you will never experience promotion. So things will always go wrong. But you have to think of the potential of the reward of it. The potential of the reward of it. If things go according to plan, all right? If things go according to plan, it outweighs the bad things that can happen. Because bad things will always happen. So don't waste time on, fixing your energy on thinking about what's going to go wrong. And that's where a lot of people just keep backpedaling because their minds are always thinking about what could go wrong. The reason I don't want to buy a new car is because too many people on the road can't drive and they may hit my new car. If I buy a new car, I realistically, automatically think somebody is going to park right next to it and they're going to scrape it. So I don't put that in my mind. That don't be a reason why I don't buy a new car. I'm not afraid to fly the plane because a plane just crashed in a country far away from me. I'm not afraid to eat chicken because I saw on Facebook someone eat chicken and chicken caused the hair fall out. If you are looking for an opportunity and you are prepared to seize an opportunity, you have to not think of prevention. you have to start thinking about promotion. What I stand to gain out of this? All right? So always focus on the upside. Always focus on the upside. What can I gain instead? Because if you're looking for wrong or failure, I'm sure if you about to introduce a new project, you will find more failures about that project than you'll find with the success of that. Think about this. When they were doing the light bulb, there was a lot more failures in trying to create a light bulb. But after you already created the light bulb, you don't hear no more talk about creating a light bulb no more because it's already been created. So more than likely, you would have 100 tries to create the light bulb, and then one time you succeed in creating the light bulb. So the talk is, boy, 100 times we fail on the light bulb, rather than talk about the one time that you succeed in the light bulb, which is a great thing. If I turn off these lights now, and the room goes dark. The risk involved may sometimes lead to conflict, which is often unavoidable. But that shouldn't be a reason why you don't do it. That should not be a reason why you don't do it. So number one, say yes more. Say yes more. Number two, think of promotion, not prevention. The other thing that helps you identify an opportunity and helps you be able to seize an opportunity is ask lots of questions. Ask lots of questions. Sometimes the opportunities we are searching for is right in front of us. We have yet to land on the idea because we are not asking the right question. We're not okay. I was looking for someone told me that I needed a 400 amp. I needed a 400 amp breaker for my house. So every store that I called, I asked them for a 400 amp breaker. And I couldn't find a 400 amp breaker because my question was, I want a 400 amp breaker. Here's the reality though. If you need a 400 amp breaker, you can't use a 300 amp. You can't use a 200 amp. You can't use a 100 amp. But you could use a 600 amp. You could use an 800 amp and up. But you can't use beneath it. The difference is when you use a 600 amp, you put a 400 amp fuse in it, and then it becomes a 400 amp breaker. Did you get it? A motorbike or a moped cannot be a 4-passenger vehicle. A moped cannot be, it can only be a 2-passenger vehicle. On the other hand, you could use a 15-passenger bus and carry 2 people. So sometimes we get the answers that we get because we only ask the questions that we ask. Or vice versa. If you don't ask no question, you probably don't get no answer. And so you have the idea right in front of you, but you've not asked the right question or enough questions. Sometimes you got to consult with people around you. Talk to people around you. And do you know, for about a year I was looking for this 400 amp. Right? And when I began asking people or talking to people about it, then ideas started coming. People said, go this way. And there was a store that I really didn't know it exists, right under my nose. Actually, it's about maybe 4 minutes from where I work that had the material. I went to the US, called all over the US trying to find it, couldn't find it. And right under my nose, it was right there, but I didn't ask the right question or ask it long enough. So, talk to people around you, talk to the team, talk to people outside of your space, talk to the industry leaders, talk to different people on a regular basis. Ask questions about what you are working on, but dig deep and search for insight into what's coming up next. What is current for the day, it is not necessarily trending for tomorrow. A lot of times, our forward motion is just to get us right here. All I want to do is get to Friday. So what you gonna do with the weekend? What are you gonna do with the weekend? What are you gonna do with Saturday and Sunday? A leader or a person with opportunity is not just looking to get to Friday. They're looking to Saturday. They're looking to Sunday. If you only prepare for Friday and you are handed Saturday, you have to pass it on to somebody else because you're not ready for it, because you're not prepared for it. So you must get information about what you're dealing with now, and then dig deep enough to find out what's coming up next. All right? So that you can create it. Now, I want you to listen carefully to this. You need to create what comes up next, as opposed to react to what happens next. Create what happens next, as opposed to, oh my God, how do I fix this? But you know what's happening because you are responsible for what's going to happen next, not be blindsided when it happens. Ask questions about the environment. Let me just go to one more. Let's go to one more. The final one is tear down and rebuild. A lot of people find themselves right here. The reason why we're not seeing opportunity and we can't seize it is because we are stuck. Okay, if you hit a point where you hit a stalemate, where you have no idea to go forward, no idea to go backward, no idea to do nothing, and you've been stuck in that place for a little while, you need to decide whether do I keep this building or do I rebuild? Do I start over? You find yourself at a stalemate. It may be time to destroy your current plan and process or even culture. Some things that we have been very successful at was good for January and can't work in May, June, July, August, and September. You know, I'm a backyard farmer. There are seeds that you can plant in January that will really work, but you can't plant them in June. You can't plant them again until next year, January. So, if you're somebody that's looking for an opportunity, when I did my organizational and my leadership and organizational management course, in the course we dealt with marketing, and in marketing they said when you start a business you must have an entrance into the business plan and then an exit out of the business plan. In other words, you must see how to get in it and also get out of it. But a lot of people are tied to things that are killing them, that are killing the ship, that are killing the team, that are just killing everybody, but they're afraid to just let it go. If you are just, sometimes it's okay to mark time, just, running the sport. But life is all about going forward. If you find that you're not moving or it is not moving. You need to constantly or seriously look at one. Is it time to destroy this plan that I have? Is it time to destroy this process that I have, or the culture, the way I do things? If you are someone that's really looking, I feel I'm talking to somebody watching me tonight, somebody really watching me tonight, you are a place where it really ain't working. Things really ain't working. Things is not going forward. And it's easy to blame everybody around you, but if you claim to hold the vision, it's going to be you that's going to have to say, I need to destroy this plan. When I was building my house, I had another plan that I really didn't like. I didn't like it when they drew the plan. Didn't like it. It really didn't speak to what I really was looking for. And it cost me about $5,000 to draw the plan. But it really wasn't what I liked. And nothing hurts like living if you want a yellow house and someone give you a red house. But ain't nothing that's hurt like being in something that you don't like, paying the bank for something that you don't like. And so I just let that plan go, and I had another one redrawn. It cost $7,000, but it was the plan that I liked. And so I got energy. The other plan, I sat on it for years and years because I didn't have no energy to get into it. But the one that I like, I got to get up and go right away. All right, so sometimes in order to identify an opportunity and be able to seize the opportunity, you have to destroy your current plan, your process, and your culture in order to tackle the new market and to take on the new competition and be able to take things off. A lot of times we are stuck with status quo because that's how we see it. And ego will mess up opportunity. Ego will hurt you seeing opportunity because your ego is telling you only to see what you want to see, not necessarily what is best for you or anybody or anything else. All right, so I'm wrapping up. So let me go over it right quickly. Number one, how do I see an opportunity and seize it? You got to start saying yes a little bit more. You got to start saying yes a little bit more. It's important to who you see and who see you. Who you allow in your space and who you don't allow. Very, 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 very important. Stop shutting down everybody. I am gaining so much from being a listener. Listen to what people have to say. Listen. Number one, it's all about saying yes a little bit more. All right? Making yourself a little more accessible. Number two, stop thinking prevention and start thinking promotion. Stop thinking prevention and start thinking promotion. And then the next one is ask lots of questions. Ask questions. You don't know what you don't know. Ask more questions. And so you get a little more information, all right? And then finally, don't be afraid to tear down and rebuild. Don't be afraid. That's going to help you see and seize the moment of that great opportunity. Thank you so much for being a part of the broadcast tonight. Listen, I really appreciate all of you all. I love you in such a special way. Thank you so much for following us. Listen, I want you to pray for us as a lot of things is coming at us, that we'll be able to see and seize these opportunities, that these mega doors that God is opening for us. Listen, I'm your friend, Bishop-elect Edward Scott. I love you. I pray God's richest blessings upon your lives. Enjoy the rest of this wonderful evening.